Welcome to the Oxygen Alliance YouTube channel, where we bring you videos on installation, maintenance, and various trainings on oxygen equipment and devices. If you have comments and or questions, drop them in the comment section below or write to us info@oxygenalliance.org. Remember to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell.
Hello and welcome. My name is DevilBiss, a biomedical engineer with the Oxygen Alliance. And today I'm with my colleague
Queen Bayani, a biomedical engineer with the OpenO2.
In this video, we are going to demonstrate how you can verify alarm system functionality on DevilBiss 525 oxygen concentrators. This video is intended for biomedical engineers and technicians.
It was mentioned in our video on alarm testing on Invacare Perfect Oxygen Concentrators that alarm systems are crucial as they indicate the safety status of medical devices. Should alarms fail, critical issues may go unnoticed. In this video, we demonstrate 5 essential functional alarm tests on the DevilBiss 525 oxygen concentrator. Some of these tests are similar to the ones carried on the Invacare Perfect Oxygen Concentrator, whose link is in the description. The first step in conducting any of these tests is to ensure your device is powered by the correct voltage. The first alarm test that I will demonstrate is the power failure alarm. This is similar to the power loss alarm on the Invacare oxygen concentrator. To verify its functionality, I will power the device with 220 volts AC and disconnect the power cord once the device has run for some minutes. An audible beep should occur and continue for at least 2 minutes, accompanied by a blinking power indicator. As you can hear, the audible beep has been activated, accompanied by a blinking power indicator. The alarm should be deactivated once the power cord is reconnected to the electrical outlet. In case the device has not been in use for a long time, the power supply failure alarms activate after the device has been allowed to run for at least 20 minutes. Specifically, if this alarm does not activate, it could be due to a damaged control board, a defective power switch, or a defective wire harness. Next is the no-flow alarm test. The no-flow alarm is designed to alert the user whenever there is no oxygen flow on the patient outlet. It is crucial when the user forgets to open the flow meter or whenever the gas pathway has been obstructed due to disconnected flow meter hose and blocked or kinked tubings. The visual indicators of this alarm include LED service indicator and an audible beep. In this case, the compressor and the fan operate normally. To simulate no-flow alarm and verify its functionality, you need to allow the device to run for some minutes. After this, close the flow meter so that no oxygen flows from the unit and allow the unit to continue running until an audible beep and a LED service indicator is activated. So I will wait until that happens, which should be immediately or within a few minutes. As you can hear now, an audible beep has been activated, accompanied by the LED service indicator light, showing that the machine is able to detect no-flow conditions. A similar alarm is also activated if the unit produces extremely low oxygen concentration below 60%.
The next demonstration involves the high flow alarm. This alarm activates when the flow rate exceeds the maximum rated flow rate, which is 5 liters per minute. Some of the causes of high flow include setting the flow rate beyond the maximum and broken or leaking flow meter. A broken or leaking flow meter introduces an air escape route that increases the total output flow of the system. To verify this functionality, you let the device run for some minutes. Then go ahead and adjust the flow above the red line. As you can see, the red service light and the notebook beep have been activated after setting the flow above the red line. Verify that the light turns off by reducing the flow rate to 5 liters per minute or less. Now I'll open the device to take you through 2 more alarm tests. The first alarm that I will demonstrate internally is the oxygen generation mains failure alarm. Some DevilBiss 525 oxygen concentrator models, such as this one, are equipped with an auxiliary oxygen port. For such concentrators, the oxygen generation mains failure alarm activates when the combined output flow from the auxiliary oxygen port and the output flow meter exceeds the oxygen generation capacity of the device. The major indicators of this alarm include a red service indicator light and a notebook beep. Compared to the high flow or no flow alarm, the oxygen generation mains failure alarm takes longer to activate. Ideally, a flow meter should be connected to the auxiliary port using a recommended hose. But here we perform the test internally by connecting the flow meter to the auxiliary oxygen port on this T connector. For this test, make sure the flow meter is set at 5 liters per minute. You then need to attach another flow meter to the auxiliary oxygen port and set the flow to 3 liters per minute. So I will attach the flow meter at this T connector. The other end of this tubing should be connected to the inlet of the flow meter. Next, you wait until a service alarm is activated, which approximately should happen within 30 minutes. You can see that the red service line has now been activated, accompanied by an audible beep. The other system alarm of this device is the compressor failure alarm. This alarm is designed to provide an alert in cases of compressor failure to start up, and it is similar to the timeout alarm in Invacare oxygen concentrators. Some of the causes of compressor failure include incorrect voltage at the compressor connector, defective wire harness, damaged capacitor, or damaged motor. Just like the no-flow alarm, the visual and audible indicators of compressor failure also include a red service indicator light and an audible beep. However, compressor failure is also indicated by the starting of the fan, but not the compressor. To simulate the compressor failure and verify alarm functionality, you will need to cut power to the compressor. For this device, You do that by disconnecting the electrical connector of the compressor and turning on the device. Next, you let the device operate until a red service indicator light and an audible beep activates, which should happen approximately within 2 minutes. As you can see, a continuous service light accompanied by a beeping alert has been activated. You can also hear that the fan has started but the compressor has not. Aside from the power failure alarm, failure of other alarms to activate may indicate faults in the alarm system, such as the damaged control board, faulty buzzer, malfunctioning oxygen sensing devices, or defective indicator panel. These faults can prevent proper detection and alerting of critical conditions.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you have learned something new. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.